And this is what it is. That when you are realized, you have to give it. If you don't give it, then you stagnate. You stagnate, and there's no fragrance about it. No fragrance. No fragrance. And you lose your vibrations, your progress also retards. I know it's very hard in these modern times to create a group of people who can love. You can create a group of people who can hate. Supposing tomorrow you start one big procession. We hate God, we hate love, we hate this. You'll get thousands of them standing with you. Yes, oh, we hate. See, for hatred, you'll get thousands of them with banners. They'll pay for it and come down to show that they hate. Because hatred is a very cementing force among human beings, surprisingly. Hatred is a cementing force. It looks like something, such a contrast, but it is so. I mean, when you try to collect people in the name of hatred, people join. They have never exploited the powers of love. Never. I wish they had. All our wars, all our things have come out because we hate each other. Imagine, only human beings can hate that much. Animals can't hate so much as they can. So this love, which is divine love, which thinks, which coordinates, which understands, which is dynamic, it's so fantastic, it's so all-pervading. It lives in every particle of the matter, of the emotions, of the mind, of the heart. Everywhere it exists, that power you can have within yourself. It's too much to believe. Too much at all story for anyone, but it's true. It's a fact. The time has come. It could not be done earlier, agreed, but the time has come. You have evolved to that stage, and that's why it has to happen. Now, if people do not accept, I must say this, futuristic problem. In case human beings do not accept it in a big number and become that, we cannot avoid the Third World War. By that war, a new consciousness may rise where people will understand this hatred is the worst thing. Perhaps we need a third shock. We have had two. Perhaps we need the third shock to give us that elevation, to get that position of higher consciousness where we start realizing that these things based on materialistic and on hatred, gross living is most dangerous to humanity. Then such people who really believe in love will rise and come up, and they might be the ones who will be saved. So we should at this stage try to save as many as possible from this horrible sinking mire of hatred. Now talking about it has been done. Establishment of your sustenance has been done in the sense that if you can awaken that sustenance within you on the void, you can achieve it. But main thing is, even after realization, to identify yourself as a realized soul, absolutely, that you have been given something very special, that you have your spirit which is manifesting, and that you have to make good out of it, that you have to give it to others, that you have to work it out. You have to be a collective being and not a secluded person, just attached to few minds, my house, my husband, my wife, my children, my chair. You can say my hair, my nose, everything goes there. To reduce yourself to that small world, but to expand yourself to that great world, which is Yehovah's world, which is Krishna's world, which is Virata's world, where you become one with that primordial being, where you become an active cell of that primordial being. That's the thing one has to do. And that breakthrough has to take place. Now, one may say that all the scriptures are wrong, everything is wrong, that all these manifestations are wrong, all Christ was no good, he was not practical, anything one may say. You have freedom to say what you like. But you must have wisdom to see that if there is a way, what must be the way? If there is a way for the emancipation of human beings, there's only one way. There's no other way. Whatever you may be, an intellectual or a emotional person or anything, whatever it is, but you will reach one conclusion. There's only one way. And one way is transformation of human beings. To that level where they really say what they mean. They become. They talk of world brotherhood. They talk of everything. We have all kinds of organizations doing all this nonsensical work. You see, we have UN system, and we have world government ideas. We talk of love, helping Vietnamese, this, that, all sorts of things are there. But actually we are not. Face to face we are not. Face to face we become ourselves. And that's why to become that, the becoming of it is important, the transformation is important. Once you are transformed, to identify yourself with that transformed state is also important. And that is only possible when you start allowing that transformation to take place within you, in thoughtless awareness, where you do not think and impose things on them. People get their realization all right. Last time so many got it, I don't know how many came back. And then they do not think that there is any further is needed. Because once you get realization, you can be very in a joyous state, blissful state. You might feel the vibrations very well. You'll be very happy. And then you'll get lost. That's not the point. You have not achieved your complete growth unless and until you have manifested yourself. But such people may be very few, I do not know, may be very few who will really take to that maturity. Once you are mature, is joy, is happiness. You become what you have to become. You find your absolute meaning. And that has to happen.